As moms, we often wonder, am I doing enough for my kids? I'm here to tell you, you are super mama. That's because we have an undeniable superpower, our intuition, and it never steers us wrong. I call it our mom sense. Hi, I'm Kanika Chadda Gupta, and I'm the host of That's Total Mom Sense. I'm a journalist, entrepreneur, wife, and mom of 3, twins plus 1. Now, if I had $1 every time I heard, gee, you have your hands full. On my podcast, I interview influential moms from various industries and cover topics that all first-time parents grapple with, from getting your baby to sleep to screen time allowance, your new normal in your marriage, and how to dedicate time to yourself. Learn and laugh along with That's Total Mom Sense. This episode has been sponsored by Podcorn. I launched That's Total Mom Sense on Mother's Day in 2019 and have been fortunate to have built a loyal following of mom and dad listeners since then. I recently started working with Podcorn, a platform for podcasters of all sizes to browse advertising opportunities, set their own rates, and collaborate with brands directly without any exclusivities. I've landed several brand deals through Podcorn and want to pay it forward because that's what moms do. Visit podcorn.com, spelled PODCORN.com, to sign up and learn more. Here, let me get that for you, he said, reaching for the cat litter on the top shelf. After all, you're pregnant. Only she wasn't. Lori Caden, one of the co-founders of Belly Bandit, had recently given birth and was struggling to regain her confidence. Armed with an abundance of empathy, sisters Jodi and Kari joined her in seeking a solution to her postpartum body blues. In 2008, their research, perseverance, and sisterly support resulted in the creation of Belly Bandit and the postpartum compression belly wraps that would revolutionize the body after baby marketplace. Doctor recommended and mom endorsed, the belly wraps modernized the ancient practice of belly binding and quickly turned Belly Bandit into a new mom must-have. Lori's tears spurred the creation of Belly Bandit, but it was the combined passion and dedication to innovation that has led the Sisterpreneurs of Shapewear on a mission to empower all women to look and feel their absolute best before, during, and after pregnancy. I can empathize with Lori, and I know many of you can listening. My body had to bounce back from having twins, and then when my twins were just 9 months, I got pregnant again. Was just avoiding looking in the mirror for the longest time. I just didn't want to have to see my body. But it's products like Belly Bandit that can change that and help you truly regain your confidence while getting you back to that physical shape you once were pre-baby. Lori Caden is a COO and co-founder of Belly Bandit, a company dedicated to helping women look and feel their absolute best before, during, and after pregnancy. Since its launch, the company has seen tremendous growth. It has evolved from its signature product, the Belly Bandit Belly Wrap, and expanded to include solution-based maternity wear, intimates, activewear, and a complete line of compression shapewear, the Mother Tucker collection. Belly Bandit products are sold in more than 1,000 retailers nationwide and over 80 countries nationwide. Their success has earned Lori, Kari, and Jodi the moniker Sisterpreneurs of Shapewear. I am so excited to have all 3 of them on my show today. Ladies, welcome to That's Total Mom Sense.
Thanks for having us.
Hello there. Thank you.
Absolutely. So that story really took me back to how I felt as a new mom. As joyful as it is to have your baby or babies, it's really hard to deal with the physical changes that we go through. Can you tell us a little bit about how you came up with Belly Bandit and how you decided, you know what, we're going to enter the market with this and problem solve for moms?
Well, this is Lori, by the way. The Belly Bandit was birthed due to really a personal necessity. And I was the first to get pregnant and have kids. I didn't know much about pregnancy. I didn't have a lot of friends that were pregnant. I didn't read a lot of books or anything. I really worked up into the day that I gave birth, and I gained 50% of my body weight. So I gained 60 pounds with my daughter, Charlie. And I just thought as soon as you go into the hospital to have a baby, you walk out with a flat stomach. And I was sadly mistaken because I left the hospital hospital 3 days later, larger and heavier, and I retained more water than when I went in to deliver her. So it was kind of like having an out-of-body experience. And my sisters, who are my best friends, and we're together every day. And I leaned on my sisters for the first few months, besides, helping me out with the newborn. They helped me out mentally because I just did not feel like myself. I'm sleep deprived. My body, I'm not used to the way that I look. And I think that, I can relate to so many other women who go through this postpartum depression. It's on so many different levels. It's mentally, it's physically. And I was going through it at the time. So my sisters did not like to see that me in, pain and mental pain. And I was just at a point where I was like, I'm not sure what to do. I'm exhausted. I'm eating right. I'm working out. And my body just does not feel like my body. So my sisters, it's like they came to my rescue. They began to do some research how other women and other cultures would bind their abdomens and kind of what it did and the whole strategy behind it. And Jodi is a designer by trade, and Kari and I have been in the sourcing world. So it's like we kind of pooled our resources together and our heads together. We literally cut a band and started working with all of these materials and pulling it together till we came up with our first homemade Belly Bandit.
Jodi is the CEO, Lori is the COO, and Kari is the CIO of Belly Bandit. So can you kind of explain what you do in your roles?
So this is Jodi, and I'm the CEO of Belly Bandit. And my part of the company is doing everything from finance, legal, production, sales, design, and tech. And so that's pretty much what I oversee. And then Lori is the COO.
And I deal with marketing, PR, partnerships, and sourcing.
So I oversee e-commerce, direct-to-consumer, and our graphics department. And I work alongside with Jodi in other capacities, such as legal. But really, it's collaborations that we're pretty good at. When we stay in our own lanes, that's great. But when we sit down a few times a week, we sit and discuss next steps and how we're going to get there. So we're very collaborative in what we do, but those are kind of the road paths for us.
What were the materials for the homemade version?
This is Jodi. They're not much different than they are today. They're all of our proprietary materials, but they were sewn together in the back of my tailor's shop. So
wow.
We went and kind of cut and came up with this great idea and put it all together. We have obviously upgraded certain materials since we've started, but the core part of it is similar to what we're using today. It's the workhorse. It works really well and helps to pull everything back together and really is a medical grade binder. So after we made this first one, what we did is me and Lori and Kari sat outside. What was the restaurant, Lori?
Paquita Mas.
Paquita Mas, thank you. We sat outside Paquita Mas and we measured
for 8 hours
for every woman that we could, and we tried on what we had, and then we went back again and did the same thing until we figured out what the trick was to coming up with the sizing, and then we used it on Lori when she had her second.
Oh, that's wonderful. And I was reading about how medical grade the product truly is. So here's a list of kind of conditions, ailments that it kind of solves. It helps the back pain, achy and swollen feet, stretch marks, round ligament pain, symphysis pubis, C-section recovery, postpartum compression, diastasis recti, and umbilical hernia. So it really is all encompassing. And whether you have a natural birth or a C-section, the Belly Bandit is a must-have post-pregnancy, right?
Definitely.
Now, I guess let's hear about your personal stories. What was it like growing up? Is it just the three of you, or do you have any other siblings?
Just the three of us.
Oh, wow. And so how is it dynamic at home with three sisters and with your parents?
Well, I could say it's the best. I mean, we grew up, we've always been super close. We're 2 years apart apart almost to the day. We all lived on the same street up until 2 years ago where Kari moved off of Caden Lane here. We tell each other everything. We're with each other 24 hours a day. It's like after we leave work and we're pulling out of our work garage, like one's calling the other and then we call the other on three-way. We have family dinners. And I have to tell you, like people look at us like we're weird. They're like, how do you guys all work together? And you like hang out together all the time. It's because we're absolute best friends. Like,
okay, but I do want to say for the moms out there listening that might have 3 daughters, when we were younger, there were times when we wanted to kill each other. I made Lori drink a whole liter of some sort of orange pop she reminds me of every day and in her wedding speech, and made her eat toilet paper. So it wasn't,
and I broke Jodi's nose one time.
And Kari broke my nose.
Okay.
Just recently had fixed. Thank you, Kari. So it was, we've always been super duper close, but when we were young, we had our share of fight.
Yes. Oh, that's hilarious. Okay. And so, like, what are your personalities like?
Jodi is definitely the oldest and the boss lady.
Okay.
CEO. There's a reason why she's the CEO.
Kari's the youngest, and she's the like funny one, and she was the one that was always taken care of. Right, Kari?
That is true.
She is the typical baby of the family. I mean, our birth orders are like define us for sure.
Wow.
I'm the middle, and I'm like holding my quote fingers up, the middle. I was the typical middle growing up.
Middle child, yeah.
I was the wild child and always got in a lot of trouble and kept my parents on my toes. Jodi was our mom growing up. For sure. And she still is to this day. She is such a caretaker. And when things go wrong, we run to Jodi first.
We don't like to stress our parents out for anything, so we try and handle it all.
Yeah. And so where did you get your entrepreneurial spirit from? Are your parents, business owners?
So both of our parents are entrepreneurs. So it's definitely in our blood. But I want to say that Jodi made us be entrepreneurs when we were little. She's an artist and she painted really nice, expensive paintings when she was little. They were in art galleries when she was a teenager, art galleries, and she would sell them, put herself through school, then translated the art into like splatter painting, like t-shirts and shorts and shoes. And then she made us like kind of do it all together. So she got us together as a small business when I was like 10 and Kari was 8 and Jodi was probably 12.
Oh, wow.
Sell them to stores. So it's always kind of been in our blood.
That's so cool. What about your friend circles? I know you're a little spread apart, but like, did you have common friends? And do you feel like you've created your own tribe of women from a young age?
We've all always had our own group of friends growing up because we were all 2 years apart. We all grew up in Michigan and went through the same schools. And although we are friends with each other's friends, we definitely have our own group of friends just because coming up through school, when you make friends when you're 5 years old, those last a lifetime. So we all have those kind of deep-rooted friendships. We have made new friends as we've gotten older, and I moved to California a few years ago from Michigan to be closer to everything, and I have definitely made close friendships with Lori's friends and Kari's friends while making new friendships here.
Yeah, and all of you are in LA now?
Yes, all of us.
So how did that happen? What galvanized you to just build this brand and be together under one roof, really?
We all had our own companies from a pretty young age. We all looked at each other one day, probably in our 20s, and said, that would be great if we could work together because we all have different talents and the synergies are amazing. And we wanted to start a company where we could put that all together and bottle that specialness, if you will. And so it wasn't like we thought, we're going to make the Belly Bandit and it's going to become this thing it is today with a kind of a mind of its own. We started this off because my sister needed a product and we wanted to make her feel better.
Right.
To see somebody sad and upset in your family, someone that you love so much, is tough. And we've always been the type of people to come up with solutions. Like if there's a problem, we'll figure it out. We'll make something for it.
That's incredible.
And so we made a Belly Bandit and it worked great for her. And then we kind of from the get-go got this celebrity cult following. Then it took off. Meanwhile, we're starting Belly Bandit. Lori and Kari have a company, and they were starting Belly Bandit. So we were all doing different things and Belly Bandit at the same time.
Oh, wow. So it started as a side hustle, and now it's, become this phenomenon.
Yeah.
I have to tell you the funniest story. After my sisters were in my delivery room for both of my deliveries, literally, I just had a intense birth with my son. And then the doctor walked out for a second and Jodi whipped out the Belly Bandit. It was like a movie. They lifted me up and Jodi's like, let's wrap her up in the Belly Bandit. And then the nurses walked in. They're like, what are you doing? Jodi's like, we're trying our product.
Well, we had to test
Product
it.
testing. Yeah, exactly. At the onset, it's like, baby's out. Let's put this on. So how has motherhood changed all of you?
That's a good question. I mean, you definitely prioritize differently and you feel guilty for working for sure. You never think that's going to be a big weight on you because I think you don't know until it happens. But that's definitely the mom guilt and trying to balance everything because every day is different. And besides Belly Bandit, we also have our Caden concepts and we're also in the process of a new launch of another company. So it's really finding the time and prioritizing your day. As many stickies and sticky notes all over the computer in your house as you can fit definitely help. But it's been great. I like to stop the girls a lot and say, wow, look what we've accomplished. And you don't do that on a day-to-day basis. And I think that's a downfall for people who work their butts off.
Right. Absolutely. Yeah. Can you all do a recap of your children and their ages?
Sure. Lori, this is Lori. My daughter, Charlie, is 15 and my son, Chase, is 12.
And Kari, I have Riley, he's 4. And Jodi is the mom to everybody else.
I have not had kids because I was too busy birthing all new products to stop and do anything else. And it's funny because the one that doesn't have kids is the one that works on all the products.
Yeah.
So I work on product development and design here. And I listen to all Lori's elements and all Kari's elements and what's wrong. And now I look at every single review still to this day that comes in on Belly Bandit to see what's wrong, what's needed, what are we missing, what new products could I get ideas from. If you listen, it's kind of easy to get it right.
Yeah, that's great that you have that level of understanding with your consumer and exchange, because you really are trying to improve their lives in this way. And it's like, why not just listen to the source and find out what they're trying to solve?
She's always been the problem solver. She's the type who will fit a round peg into a square hole. Always. That's her gift.
Thank you, Laura. I appreciate that. But I think one of the best things about starting this company is getting your customers writing in saying, oh my God, this saved my life, or oh my God, this really made me feel so much better, or I was able to get around and move with my baby. Thank you, Belly Bandit. So to know that you had the smallest part in making somebody's life a little bit better is kind of cool.
Yeah, absolutely. Who came up with the name?
We all like to think we did.
And
so
yeah,
I know exactly when this happened. And we were all walking up Fryman Canyon. We exercise, do our hikes a lot, still to this day. And we were talking about what we should name it. Should it be Belly this or Belly that? And one of us, which I believe it was me, but okay, it could be Kevin them. I said, it's this thing that you band around you band it. And that was it. It stuck.
It was so funny because I think when Jodi did say bandit, I think that we literally took our fingers out of a pretend holster and we're bandit. It was just kind of funny how it all came together. It was such a natural progression after trying to think of a name for God knows how long. It just came rolling off our tongues. When we heard it, we knew it. We're like, that is it. It was we all were in agreement.
Wow. That's amazing. Can you tell us a little bit about the supply chain and the process?
Sure. So Jay Goldberg, who is the OB who delivered both of my kids, we showed him the product and he's like, this is amazing. We asked the question that we would soon be asked about 1 million times after that. Does it really work? And he's like, yeah, we had a blast. I mean, we still talk to him all the time. He recommends it to his clients. And to this day, we work with a team of OBs and physical therapists and some other doctors, and some of our design processes with the product and understanding it and testing it some with their patients. But again, always with the help of an MD creating our products. Just, they're all solution-based products. Our mission is to help women all over the globe look and feel their best during and after pregnancy. And again, if we can take one ailment and ease that up a little bit, we definitely are doing a good job.
Absolutely.
So we have a team of people at Belly Bandit that just work on design and tech. We start with figuring out what the problem is. For example, we had a new problem that Dr. Cindy Robbins, who's an OB in Texas, came to us with. It's women that sleep on their back during pregnancy are at risk for health concerns for their unborn baby. We did a ton of research into this, talked to the 2 women in New Zealand that started this sleeping on side movement. And once we had all of our research, came up with what kind of pillow or garment could we use that would be super comfortable to keep a woman sleeping on her left side or her right side, but preferably her left side.
Right.
And it took 2 years in development. We tested it on, I don't even know how many women, until we came up with the right mixture. And then we found a manufacturer that would make it how we needed it made, with all the materials and the foam and all the components we needed. And it will start selling this week.
Wow.
So
Congrats.
that's just one example, but we kind of go through this process with every single product we have, and it takes about a year and a half to 3 or 4 years to get out a product.
Can you kind of speak to the design aspect of it?
So we have, we came up with the Belly Bandit wraps 12, 13 years ago now. Lori came up with a wrap, I came up with a wrap, and Kari came up with a wrap. And mine was the one that had the designer-ish features to it because I'm the designer. So it had fun and funky patterns on the inside, and it was black, white, or nude on the outside. And then Lori and Kari, one came up with one that was eco-friendly, and one came up with one that was like kind of bare bones.
It was all really designed to match our personalities. Jodi, the designer, Kari's more of the eco green, and I'm more, I want to say, the original, because it was all about, a need for me, and I wanted something no nonsense and easier.
After all these years and reading all of these reviews and kind of coming to this place in the market where there have been a lot of new innovative technical materials, we have just launched Q4 of last year, the Luxe Belly Bandit Wrap. And it was insane. We sold out, I think it was 26 days. We sold out of everything. And we're waiting to get back in stock. But what we did there is we listened again to what the customer wanted. We made it taller. It's out of completely different materials that are very thin, but very comfortable and very compressive. And it has a little bit more versatility. It's kind of a cross between a corset and a belly wrap. It's a fantastic band, and we're excited to birth another Belly Bandit. So,
and then this is like breathable, stretchable fabric that you use?
It is. It's a whole bunch of different fabrics put together. It has on the sides of it, it has various levels of compression, where it is the most compressive around your waistline and your tummy. And then as soon as it gets to the very top of the band and the very bottom of the band, it's let out a little bit. It has an arch design in the back, which conceals any kind of back bulge you might have. And ladies, everybody is, if they're wearing something tight, will get a little bit of this. So that prevents it, which is wonderful. It stays in place as much as something around your waist can. And I actually wore it before it came out because I got the whooping cough. I either sprained or broke a rib. I'm not even sure, but I could barely walk straight. And I put one of these on, and I've never given birth. So it's the first time that I've worn one for like a week straight. And it was my savior. It really was. I love this band. And all the bands are great, because every body is different. Every woman is going to like something a little different that we have to offer, which is why we offer all different bands.
I have to give a huge thanks to Podcorn for sponsoring this episode. Explore sponsorship opportunities and start monetizing your podcast by signing up on their website, podcorn.com. And that's spelled PODCORN.com. Happy podcasting. First of all, you're a pioneer in the market to have come up with, a technology and product like this one. But since then, you've diversified so much. There's the extender and the belly shield and the 2-in-1 bandits. So can you speak to those 3 products first?
Well, back to what Jodi had said, anytime there was a need, I think what we did was actually listen to it. We would contact people who would post and ask, why don't you have something like this? Or I need something that's going to hold my belly up, or I'm concerned about my stretch marks. So one of the unique things that we have that's exclusive to us is Wonderweave material. So we have, I think, 6 products made from Wonderweave. It allows you to put your stretch mark lotions and oils on, and it gives you that barrier between your skin and your clothes. One of my issues when I was pregnant was that I was itching and scratching all the time. And the only thing that made me feel better was when I had lotions on. So that kind of came out of a need to kind of keep your belly moisturized at all times, on my thighs and on my butt as well. So a lot of our products today are very much multifunctional. So, for example, our Thighs Disguise is made out of Wonderweave. So it allows you to keep those lotions on your stomach, your thighs, your butt. It also has a light belly support underneath. You can use them as underwear. They help with thigh chafing because when you're pregnant, let's face it, you chafe, So a lot of our products are very much multifunctional in that way. And we wanted to really make sure that if you're going to invest in something, be it $20 or $40, you're going to wear it every day for various reasons. So
right. And I think we came up with the extender because if you are sizing your Belly Bandit right, your Belly Bandit Wrap, you want it just touching with both Velcro ends. Sometimes you get it and you just delivered and you're swollen and you're an inch or 2 away from closing. You want to keep that band. So we gave an option to buy an extender, which got you through that first week or so and allowed you to have a couple extra inches. And then as you shrink, you can go to the band itself. So it gave you, it's instead of buying like a small and a medium, you could just buy a small and put an extender with it. And what Kari was talking about and what you were talking about was the belly shield. And the shield is something between your Belly Bandit Wrap and your skin. So it's great because you can lotion up your skin. You can keep it hydrated with stretch mark creams or whatever creams that you like. Put the shield on and then put the Belly Bandit Wrap over the shield. You keep your wrap clean. You keep your skin hydrated. It's just a win-win for everybody. But there are a lot of products that use our Wonderweave technology that you can use throughout your pregnancy and after.
That's so cool. And then the 2-in-1 Bandit, tell us a little bit about that.
The 2-in-1 Bandit is focused more for your hips after pregnancy, but it's a 2-in-1. It's a twofer. So during your pregnancy, you can hold up your belly with it and it gives belly support. And after pregnancy, you could use it for your hips.
Right.
We wanted to broaden the category just to help mom throughout her journey and beyond. So while the belly wraps are obviously for post-pregnancy, we kind of worked backwards a little bit and we started with, maternity products all the way to, the belly wraps, the C-section. We have a lot of nursing products. Shapewear has become a very big category. Our Mother Tucker shapewear line is fabulous. So again, it's from when the mom, her pants get just a little bit snug from when she's pregnant, all the way to like post-pregnancy and the nursing. And when she wants to go out in a fancy dress, that's where our corset and our shapewear comes in.
I can definitely speak to this because there's places where it's flabby, it's not as tight as it used to be, and it takes time for that elasticity to kick in and your body to really regenerate and go back to where it was. And that's where your smoothing leggings and Mother Tucker really come in because they help just kind of everything.
Yeah. I think from the get-go, the motto was for us to really help women because it's not just mental, it's not just emotional. Everything works together in how you feel every day and you don't have the time you used to have. So I think our goal between the 3 of us was to really make Lori feel her best. And that was everything to us. we don't want to be a fashion line. We want to help women before, during, and after feel and look their very best. And that's our goal, really. Some say it's vanity, but it's not. It's not. When you feel better physically, you're able to do more during the day. And
I can attest to that. That's kind of what started this whole movement here.
Absolutely. You have a loyal fan base and you feature a Bandita of the month. Tell us about that initiative.
Women are really proud of the journey they went through, of what they've done. I mean, it's no easy feat. Pregnancy is a beast to a lot of people. And it was for me. I had a lot of issues and I felt really trapped inside my body. I was so big. I was like a roly-poly. And
don't forget your feet.
And my feet,
which were literally the size of, I don't know what animal.
Clown feet.
But they were really big.
She was elephant woman. Like, she couldn't walk. You feel bad for her. You would look at her ankles and you're like, oh my God, can I rub them? Can I rub them?
No. You wouldn't really think, like, if you stuck a pin in her feet, they would deflate. That's how bad they were. And by the way, she still has foot problems to this day, which is why we created footwear and socks that helped out for people before they got to the stage where, it was a point of no return.
It's basically women who are proud. They went through this journey. They want to get their body back. And it's something they want to show off and say, hey, I've accomplished what I've accomplished. I'm happy and I feel good. And it's really about feeling good as well. And you're strong. One of the key benefits of wearing our belly wrap is it helps your core. You are physically at your weakest. You are now carrying a 10 to 12 pound baby seat in and out of the car, bending over. You have a stroller that you're carrying. You have a baby bag filled with stuff. So you're expected right away to be able to carry 10 times of what you normally would with your purse, and your core is not back. Your strength is weakened. And that was one of the big things too, making sure that you have your support, not just physically, not just emotionally, but when you walk out of that house and you have, 20 pounds on you running the smallest of errands, you feel okay.
Yeah. We also have another program. It's called Moms Who Made It, because, we always rise by lifting others. And I think that it's really important to stick together. A lot of these moms who've made it, they're actual moms, and they've either had an idea that came to them post-pregnancy or, didn't want to go back to the corporate world and created a product. And for somebody to, again, create a product and start from scratch and really have the wherewithal and the grit to do so, we want to take that mom and highlight her. And what we do is we pick a moms who made it on a monthly basis, and we spotlight them, and we do a giveaway with them, and it's about giving back and, again, lifting others. And Jodi, Kari, and myself think it's really important to congratulate and high five moms who are actually creating their own business.
Absolutely. Philanthropy is part of the ethos of the brand, and there are kind of specific charities that you contribute to. So can you tell us about what's closest to your heart and why?
So one of my best friends passed away of breast cancer, and the doctor that operated on her shortly after started Shades of Pink, Dr. Benitez. And when Suzanne first was diagnosed, she was single. Her husband had passed away. She had 2 young kids and not a lot of help. Her brother passed away. Her father passed away. And so she had a small team of people. She had a lot of friends. She has a lot of friends. And everyone kind of came together to give her rides to chemo, to take the kids overnight, to bring food, to help her through this horrible experience. When Dr. B started this charity, it was not your normal charity, but it was a charity to help women get through their day. And for me, watching what was happening and kind of being a support system for my friend, I felt like, and Lori and Kari feel the same way, like we wanted to be a support system for other women, whether you need money for a wig or you need money for food or you need someone to drop it off or take your kids somewhere or whatever it is. But those day-to-day things make it a little bit easier when you're going through a really trying time. So that's one of our charities.
Wow, that's incredible.
Yeah, and then the other charity that we found near and dear to our heart is because my mom has been a school teacher her whole life, and she's always collecting stuff. Like she's always going to Michael's. She like when we were little, she would never let us throw away toilet paper rolls because she's like, I can use that as part of a clown's ear, and I can do this and I can do that. So what our other charity that we donate, it's called an upcycle program. So people actually return their old, we send them a label, they return their used Belly Bandit. We take it to, we have a cleaners that we partner with, Trash for Teaching. It's a division of 2-Bit Circus Foundation. So what it does is people donate clean, safe, I wouldn't say inspiring or artistic products to them. So the local businesses take all the products and they make them available to teachers or any kind of after-school providers, nonprofit programs as well. And would they support hands-on learning through STEAM, which is a science, technology, engineer, arts, and math, for professional development workshops. So they take these material resources and collaborate in classrooms, and they offer a hands-on creativity and collaboration experience for all ages.
Yeah, that's really wonderful that you're helping so many women along the way.
We're trying.
So what's on the horizon for Belly Bandit and, your company on the whole? Any new launches coming out in 2020?
So we have something really exciting that we haven't mentioned yet, but we are coming out with Belly Bandit skincare.
Oh, wow.
And so we can't mention all of it yet, but
okay.
Definitely there's something that's going to revolutionize the pregnancy market. And we are so excited for that to come out. And it should come out the end of Q1. And a whole bunch of great skincare products that are coming with that. So,
and we have a big next step too.
Absolutely. So Lori, Kari, and I came up with leak-resistant underwear that we have in our Belly Bandit line. And these are phenomenal underwear that you just wear every day. Kari, Lori, and I decided to do some research, and we went and we bought 2 patents on this product, on period underwear and leak-proof underwear. One of the ladies that we bought her company, and we decided to figure out how to make these panties so they're paper thin, super absorbent, and don't leak at all. And we were talking about how do we test earlier. Mm-hmm. We personally tested the waterproofness of these underwear ourselves. And I'm not going to tell you how we did it because it's TMI for everybody. But if you had a camera in there, you would be cracking up.
Sorry to interrupt, but Kanika's had 3 kids, so she probably understands like the mom, like, oops, I'm jumping on a trampoline, I pee myself a little bit.
Yes, yeah. Especially during the twin pregnancy, I lived in the bathroom that last month. I was like, I should just put my pillow and, comforter in here.
So these have so many uses. We are spinning off another company called Proof for every woman, but we are putting this in. Proof is selling. We're going to be selling Proof on Belly Bandit as well, and it is great for while you're pregnant because sometimes things get a little loose, and then right after you give birth. These underwear are amazing because when you had a regular vaginal birth before, you would have to have pad after pad after pad and be kind of uncomfortable in your own underwear. Mm-hmm. Now you can have a pair of our Proofs and you can wear that all day instead of wearing and changing 3 to 5 pads out. It's very hard to feel wetness in them. They're like wearing your own underwear. And
that's so cool.
They're amazing. They're amazing. It's very, very hard to leak. You would have to have a lot of liquid.
Yes. Okay.
So
wow.
We're going to put that's coming out on our website in the next 2 months.
Oh, we are going to be so excited for that. That's so, so cool. Okay, so the podcast is called That's Total Mom Sense because I truly believe that, as moms, we have this built-in sixth sense, this intuition that never steers us wrong. So can you tell us about a mom sense moment that you had where you just trusted that gut of yours?
Well, I guess mine was when my son cracked his head open. So he was getting out of the shower. It was like 10 o'clock at night and he slept and he has huge red curly hair. It's like a fro. It's amazing hair. And he slipped out of the shower, hit the back of his head. We were home alone. I was like shaking. I didn't know what to do. He hit his head. I'm like, kind of any head injury. And, I called the friend who is amazing. She tells me everything. She's always been my mom mentor, as I call her. And she's like, is he bleeding? I couldn't see anything through the head of hair. And I remember saying, like, it's just a sixth sense is like, hey, you know, any head injury, I got him in the car, got him to, you know, an urgent care, and you couldn't see, but underneath all of his hair, he'd split his head open. You couldn't even see it bleeding. So he had to have 11 staples. And I remember it was like, you know, they assured me anything that has to do with head, you just don't mess around. And literally, I sat up the entire night watching him sleep because I was so paranoid. It was like our first real big accident. You know, I'm driving him, I'm shaking as I'm driving. I'm looking at him in my rearview mirror, giving him a sucker, giving him the iPad. I didn't know what to do, but it was like, and I can't stand blood. So that I think it was like when it happens to you, just kicks in and you know exactly what to do when you think you wouldn't know what to do.
Absolutely.
So that was my moment. It was many, many years ago.
Yeah. And he's okay now.
He is okay now.
Wow.
I have to say he's a straight A student, so he's doing okay.
That is great.
You know what? I'm going to jump in there with an Aunt Sense moment because I have it too. And I am as close to Lori and Kari's kids as they are. And Lori's kids are a little prone to things, but Lori's daughter was jogging down a mountain and she tripped and she fell and she hit her head on a rock. And they called me. I picked her up at the bottom of the mountain and her head looked like a golf ball was sticking out. She was bloody from head to toe. And she got in my car. I must have had a look on my face and she's like, Juju, they call me Juju. She's like, Juju, you're making me nervous already. And I then I went into this, everything's going to be okay. It's no big deal. We're going to drive you to the hospital just to get you checked out. But I had just some bumps and bruises and I calmed her down and I took her to the hospital and I got a CT scan to make sure there wasn't any bleeding in the brain. And my sister, Lori, was out of town.
Oh, no.
And they kept it for me for like 24 hours.
When I knew she was okay, everything was good. Lori gets like 1 3-day vacation a year and that was it. And so everything was great. And after the whole ordeal, Charlie asked to go and eat at her favorite restaurant. So I knew we were all good.
Oh my goodness. What a story.
That's great. Yeah. The other story I think everyone has this spider sense. Riley was running at my friend's house and there's one step and I just knew he was going to miss it. And I was standing there having a conversation with one of my friends and he was wearing a sweatshirt with a little hood. And as the corner of my eye, I saw him running. I put my arm out and I grabbed the back of his sweatshirt because he was going to face plant. And there was like 20 people around that turned around and started clapping. It was just, you know what's about to happen.
Wow.
Kari, I did not even know you saved Riley's life. You did not share that with us.
That's called the choker.
Oh my goodness.
Let's not forget our quote of the day.
Do you have quotes that you live by, or maybe some that you have posted in the office that keep you and your team motivated?
Oh, Lori, this is all yours.
So we're on volume 3. We make these books and the spines read fucking funny. So it's everything that like we've collected over the years and more, you know, I mean, from inspirational quotes to like, if it doesn't challenge you, it doesn't change you, which we love. There's a ton for entrepreneurship. We love the one that
know what the first one was? When we first started, you guys, do you remember this?
Yep, it was in my office, actually.
Yep. What would you attempt to do if you knew you could not fail?
So I worked for somebody else for a while before I opened up a design firm. In my office, in their offices, I painted, what would you do if you knew you couldn't fail? And from that point forward, we just kind of went for everything, thinking, you know, we couldn't fail individually and we definitely can't fail together. In our thinking, we really, truly believe that.
We made notebooks, like our favorite notebook, and it sits on our desks every day. And it says, know what? Bitches get shit done.
That's awesome. And it's so, so true. We really do. I don't know. There's just something innate in us that it's like, you can trust a woman to get the job done, you know?
Yeah.
True.
So where can my listeners find Belly Bandit online and, of course, on social media?
At bellybandit.com, and follow us at Belly Bandit and at the Caden sisters to see what we're up to.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much to the three of you for being on my podcast today. It was so interesting to hear your journey. And like I said earlier, the three of you really exemplify stronger together.
Oh,
Thank you so much.
We appreciate it.
Wasn't it fun to chat with the Caden sisters and hear their journey? Their brand is world famous, and it's so strategic and smart of them to have diversified their collections to carry a woman through every phase of her life. During pregnancy, you can wear the maternity leggings, and they help keep that bump in place. I'm not pregnant anymore, and I still wear them because I love a full coverage. And after pregnancy, during postpartum, you can wear a binder, which doctors recommend for those who have had natural birth or C-section, because it truly helps the body heal and regain its elasticity, because essentially our uterus has to go back in place. Our bodies are incredible, aren't they? I think about just childbirth and how amazing and miraculous the process is. We women can do anything. Side note. Log on to their website, bellybandit.com, to browse all their products, and be sure to use my code TOTALMOM15 to receive 15% off. Follow me on Instagram at KanikaXOXO. It's where I post my episode graphics, and visit my website, that's totalmomsense.com, where you can read all my show notes of each episode. Thank you all for listening, and remember, stay strong, Supermama. See you next time.
That's total mom sense.